Another problem was the food. The crew had taken enough food to last them for 2.5 years, but eventually had to resort to eating native Eben food. Anyone who's traveled abroad knows about the serious gastrointestinal implications posed by eating local food. But the human crew eventually adjusted. Another problem was length of the day on Serpo, which was 43 Earth hours long. Also, it never got fully dark as their night skies were dimly lit by the smaller sun. The crew had complete freedom to explore the alien planet, and they were not hindered in any way. The geology of the alien world was different. There were few mountains and no oceans. Several types of plant-like life existed, but mostly near the polar area, where it was cooler. There were also types of animal life, and some of the larger ones were used by Ebens for work and other tasks, but never as food sources. They produced their food through industrial processes, of which they had many. The inhabitants of Serpo lived in small communities led by a large city. They lacked a central government but seemed to be doing fine without it. The Ebens had leadership and an army, but the Earth team noticed they never used weapons of any type and violence was virtually unheard of. They had no concept of money or commerce. Every Eben was issued items to their needs. The planet's population was about 650,000 individuals. The human crew noted the Ebens were disciplined in all aspects of their lives, working on schedules based on the movements of their suns. There were no other civilizations on Serpo except the Ebens. Their method of reproduction was similar to our own, but it had a much lower success rate. Therefore, their children were highly isolated. The only problem the human crew had was when they intended to photograph Ebens' children. They were escorted away by the army and asked not to attempt that again. Upon returning to Earth, the remaining 8 members of the expedition were quarantined for a year. During this period, they were debriefed, and the complete account amassed around 3,000 pages. All members of the expedition have since died from various complications due to radiation exposure. The fate of the 2 people who chose to remain on Serpo is unknown. The Ebens have not contacted Earth since 1985.